Jen from Jen's Extraordinary Life, and today on my Make Believe Gardening show, I'm going to plant some fall planters. We built this house about 2.5 years ago, and when we did, it had a really small back patio, but since then my husband has had a big extended patio added to it, and then he built me this gorgeous table, which you'll be able to see in just a minute behind me, and it's huge. It's a little over 10 feet long, so but we had this beautiful table all summer, and it was too hot to sit at it and eat, and so we had to be very selective about when we were out here. So what he's been doing this past week is putting up this gorgeous sunshade for me. I'll show that to you guys in just a minute. But in that, he put the posts for one side of it into these great big pots. And so I'm going to fill those pots with lots of fall color. My back patio pretty much looks like summer still, with all of the blues and whites and tons of florals out here and all the summer colors, but I wanted to bring a little bit of fall because we have moved into September, and so I feel like we should be doing pumpkin spice and fall and all the things. So that's what I'm going to bring to you today. But I went to Lowe's this morning and I picked up a few things. Now, I'm not an expert gardener, but I can read a label. So on these labels I discovered at Lowe's, which is a really neat thing. Let me see if I can find one here. On their labels, it will tell you when something can take full sun or whatever, but it'll also say that you can grow these together if they're in a certain grouping, and these are in a grouping in the category of 3, which basically means they can take full sun. So I just bought a bunch of things that looked like fall colors that were the number 3. Easy enough, right? And so I just wanted to get a variety of colors. I got some of these gorgeous purples and burgundy colors. And these are an annual, and they are called Alternanthera. I'm probably butchering that name, but that's what they're called, and they're absolutely stunning. I got this, which I thought I have 2 pots to plant, and I thought this was big enough that I could divide it into 2. And it says 2 plants in 1 pot, so again, it was a number 3. Then I got this beautiful potato vine in a hanging pot, but I think I'm going to divide it up and put it in my pot. It's a sweet potato vine, and this is a trailing vine, and so my plan is that it will trail over the sides of the planter. I got a couple of crotons because they just scream fall to me with all the beautiful fall colors. And then I got, of course, some yellow mums, which are about ready to burst, and these orange mums, which were on clearance for some reason. I think it's basically because they didn't do a good job of watering them, and they just needed a little bit of water, because I brought them home and gave them a little bit of water when I first got home, and they look good as new now. So I've got orange and yellow mums that I'm going to add to it. And then I also picked up some rock to put in the bottom of the pots just for drainage, and some Miracle-Gro potting soil. That's my favorite potting soil. You can use whatever potting soil you would like, but I like the Miracle-Gro because it's already got the fertilizer in it, and my plants just seem to do really well in it. So I'm going to move you over to the pot, and then we'll get started with that. But let me show you real quick what I'm talking about in my patio. So this is the extension, and if you can see, the old patio ended where that colored line is. It's just because the concrete is newer at the beginning, and then all of this lighter concrete is what we added, and that's the gorgeous table that my husband made for me this summer, and my lemon tree over there that's doing wonderful with a little bit of verbena hanging off the bottom of it. And then these are the pots. So I've got 2 of these pots that he put the posts in for my sunshade. And you may see him out here working too, because we're kind of double duty in this. I'm planting the pots and he's finishing up this sunshade. Let's get started. I told you I had gotten some rocks. These planters are filled about a little over halfway with cement in order to stabilize these posts. But I want to put a little bit of drainage on top of that before I add the dirt. And so just picked up the cheapest rocks that they had at Lowe's, because nobody's ever going to see them. I'm going to go ahead with some of this Miracle Grow potting mix. So I just kind of take the container and break up the roots a little bit. And each one of these has 2 plants in it, which is wonderful because I'm going to put it on either side of this post. Okay, we've got them all planted, and so now I'm just going to give them a good coat of water. Put the water in that dirt. Get them nice and happy. And remember, I have those drainage rocks in there, but also I told you that my husband had drilled holes in the sides of the pot. So that way the water will drain and not just sit there on top of that cement or sit there on this wood. That's it. So there you have it. 2 gorgeous fall baskets. ready to just scream all things fall. And in a couple of weeks, when these come in and get really full, I'll post a picture of what they look like after they've all bloomed out and everything, because they're going to fill in and it's just going to be stunning.